Hi, I'm Adam Johns from the Chicago Sun-Times. This is Mark Potash, and welcome to another edition of the Bears Video Mailbag, where we answer your questions from Twitter, and we try to give you some insight here. All right, Mark, let's start with a general one here. It's from Chris Dana. Does 10-6 make the playoffs? And please don't say depends.
Adam, I don't think 10-6 is an automatic by any means this year. The way things are shaking out, the Bears got some help, with the Packers 5-5, and even with San Francisco, we thought they were a lock for that fifth spot in the playoffs, and they're 6-4. That opens up some possibilities, but things are way too jumbled. Just looking at the rest of the schedules, it looks like it's very possible the Bears could be 10-6 and be out of the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it's important to point out that the Lions, who the Bears are tied with right now for the division lead, have a very easy schedule down the road, and they could honestly finish 11-5, 10-6, and they got the tiebreaker.
And don't count out the Eagles. They're coming on. We thought they were out. Now they're a contender. So a lot of things can happen. 10-6 is no lock.
All right, let's talk about the offensive weapons a little bit here. This is from our friends from Midway Illustrated. Why is Earl Bennett still on the roster, and can the Bears simply bench him at this point and let the rookie Marquise Wilson play more?
Well, Adam, I think that is an awesome question because it's kind of flown below the radar, and it's interesting because Earl Bennett was Jay Cutler's go-to guy, and now all of a sudden with these two other receivers, now he's like lost. And the reason I think it's a good question is because I really don't have an answer. We don't know. Is it because Earl Bennett is not as good a player? Is he not open anymore? He was so good at getting open on third down. Is he not getting the opportunities? But the Marquise Wilson thing, I really like that option because I'd love to see what he can do because he's somebody who can give the Bears a downfield threat that Earl Bennett can't do.
Right. He's that burner that people always say is missing from the Bears offense, that down the field threat. You got the two big receivers and you got the big tight end over the middle, but you need that speedster, and Marquise Wilson could be that.
It's hard, it's hard to believe that Earl Bennett has no value, especially in this offense. He's been such a good player when the Bears weren't as good. It's hard to think that he's kind of, out of style, I guess, in this offense, but that possibility could be real.
All right, one more from the other side of the ball here. This one is from Richie. When do you expect or think Jay Ratliff will play? And let me tell you, the Bears could probably use him right now with all the injuries.
Yeah, I find myself, wondering more and more about Jeremiah Ratliff because, when you see the Bears stop the run, or not stop the run, you think, man, they need some help. He can definitely help them. Even if he's not as good as he was before he got hurt, he can help them. But as far as when he'll be back, we really don't know because, we're not getting very, great updates on how he's progressing, and we really haven't seen him practice. He's at least another week or so away from actually practicing, and then even then it'll be a couple weeks before he's in game shape. So I wouldn't count on him until the very end of the season, although I do think at some point they're going to get him in the lineup.
I think Mark Trashman used the words work in progress when determining Ratliff's time to come back here. The guy hasn't played in over a year now, and it's looking longer than that.
And let's see what kind of progress they make as a defensive line in the next few games. I know they say that won't really impact their decision, the desperation factor. But I think if things get down to the nitty-gritty, they're going to try and push Ratliff as much as they can to get him back in the lineup.
Well, that does it for this edition of the Bears Video Mailbag. If you have any questions, tweet at me at Adam Johns or my colleague here at Mark Potash. Thanks for watching.